Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are we doing today? I hope you are doing well. Oh my gosh, I haven't been able to sit down and do a video in like weeks because, you know, life just got the better of me. But today we're back with a collection review. As you can tell by the title, we have the Colourpop Plush Like Me collection today. I have it all right here, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, Anna, that collection came out like 3 weeks ago. Colourpop is already like 5 collections ahead. I know. Colourpop just won't slow down, and it is hard to keep up. But I finally got it in the mail. Oh my gosh, shipping took forever. But I still wanted to sit down and play with it in case anyone else out there might be waiting on their package, or they are still debating whether or not they want to get it. I'm here to help you out. So before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And also subscribe to my channel. If you like makeup, there is a ton here for you, and I got a ton more videos planned out, so definitely stick around. So let's get started, shall we? So I got all this. I didn't get the whole collection because it had like 8, 9 different lipsticks they came out with, and a lot of them were very similar to stuff I already have, so I didn't want to get like all the lipsticks when there were some colors that I already had very similar colors. But I did get quite a handful of them. I got all the blush sticks, I got the eyeshadow palette, I got the highlighter, I got like half of the lip products. So we got a large range of stuff to get through here. So we're going to unbox it and just see what we got, right? So I think we need to start with the main meal here, right? The eyeshadow palette. This is the staple of the entire collection, and I haven't opened and peeked at anything yet, so we're doing this to get, oh my god, do you see this? There's like velvet on it, like felt. Oh my gosh, no other Colourpop collection has ever had like fabric on the palette. That's crazy. That's just beautiful. We haven't even opened it, and this is stunning. I love the vibes. It's supposed to be like a 90s grunge type of collection, so we're gonna see if it amounts to it. But let's open it up, shall we? Oh, beautiful. Let's get rid of this. First of all, it has a mirror, which I love. I love palettes that come with mirrors. This is a cardboard palette, but it's one of their like thicker ones. Like it has kind of like a magnetic, I don't know, can you hear that? It has a magnetic clasp in it. And then of course you want to see the colors. Here they are. They're okay. I wish they were a little bit grungier, but they are pretty cute. I definitely like this corner here. I like this color. We got a lot of like cool toned nudes in here, and then like 2 greens, like olive greens, but that's fine. We're gonna try this out, and we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully we could create a cute little grungy look today. All right, so we're gonna swatch that in a second, but I just want to pull everything else out so you can see it. Let's open up this shimmering body powder by Soul. This came with the collection. It's a body and face highlight. Again, very cute packaging. Again, we got a nice little mirror in here, and here's the color. It's like a pinky champagne tone. This is really cute. I don't really have anything else like this in my collection so far, so I'm excited to try this out. Hopefully it looks good on my skin tone, but we're gonna find out. I did get all 4 of the cheek sticks, and I know that some of them probably aren't gonna be to my skin tone, but that's fine. I always make it work. So let's open those up, shall we? So this first one is called Mall Rat, and it's a nice little nude taupey blush color. That's a pretty color. I think that would work on my skin tone very well. So that's Mall Rat. We're gonna try that in a little bit. This next one is called So Called, and this is the darkest one. This might be a bit dark for me, but it's still a beautiful color. Maybe I can make it work if I go really light, but that's like the deep berry shade. Very pretty. Absolutely adorable. I love it. I love the blush sticks by Colourpop, so despite getting 4 of them, they're all going to get used at some point. So I'm excited about that. This is Forever Winona, this one. And this is another deeper, darker shade. This one's more red. The other one was a bit more berry. This is like a deep red blush. Again, might be a bit much for my skin tone. Also, there's like a ton of hair in here already. Gross. So that's like a deep red. And then there's one more. And this one is called Skater Boy. And this is probably the lightest one in the range. It's like a nice mauve-y, dusty pink tone. I really like this one. This is really pretty. This is probably the one I'll gravitate to. But that is all 4 of them. We'll be swatching those in just a little bit. Now, there were lipsticks and there were also like lip pencils. I don't really use lip pencils, so I only got one that I think I could use all the time, not just with this collection, but like with other things. And this one's called Good and Plenty, the lip pencil. And it's like a deeper nude mauve tone. And I feel like that's something I would use a lot. So I got that one pencil. I didn't get all the pencils, not really a lip pencil type of gal. But yeah, I did get one today. And then I got four lipsticks out of like the 8 that came out with this collection. Yeah, I think I got half of them. I got the shades that I think I would use the most. So this first one here is called Band Tea. It's the Luxe Blur. And this is a nice like nude color, a bit more on the mauve taupe side. Very cool tone, and I think it'll just be absolutely stunning. It's definitely a color I would gravitate toward. So we got Band Tea. This next one is called Crying. And again, they're very similar, but this one's a bit more on the pink side. Again, these were all very similar in shades. I wish there was a bit more diversity in the shade range. They were very, very similar, like the cool tone nudes, which is fine because I love cool tone nudes, but again, it's like, let's mix it up a little if you're releasing 8 shades, you know? This next one is called Call Waiting, and this one is a nice dark berry tone. That is definitely a shade for fall. Since we're in fall now, this is definitely going to get worn quite a bit this season. I love like the dark berry grungy tones for fall. So pretty. Then the last one I got is called Plucked, and this is, again, it's another dark berry tone. So I got 4 very similar shades. This one I think is a bit darker. Let's pull them out together. Yes, okay, so this is Call Waiting, the one I just showed you. It's a bit more red. And this one is Plucked, and this one's a bit more berry. They're both stunning, great shades for the fall if you like a dark lip in the fall. I know I do. Love them. So this one's a bit more berry, this one's a bit more red. Both stunning. And we'll swatch those in just a little bit. And that is everything I got from this collection. So now it's time to get into the swatches, the fun part, right? Shall we start with the main event, the Plush Like Me palette? Now, I will say, looking at this collection, just looking and not swatching, I don't think it's my favorite collection so far. I mean, it's pretty, but I feel like a lot of these colors have been seen before. But we're gonna swatch them and see if anything really stands out to me. So we're gonna start, we're gonna go top and across, then down and across. You know the drill. That's a very nude shade. You can barely see it. You can barely see it on my skin tone. It's almost identical to my skin tone. Now the next color is a bit darker, still cool toned. That's a great like transition shade for eyeshadow right in the crease. That's a great color for that. Then here's more of a warm orange tone, one of the only warm tone colors in the palette. That's a really pretty orange. I like that for this holiday season coming up, you know, Halloween and fall. That's very pretty. These shades are giving fall vibes right now. And then we got the first shimmer shade in the palette, and this is going to be like a pink tone. Yeah, like a deep, dusty pink. I do like it. It's very pretty. So these 4 right here, this is the top 4 shades in the palette. So those were the 4 shades on the top there. That's kind of what they looked like. And now we're gonna go to the next row where we get a little darker. So this is gonna be like another pink shimmer shade. This one's a bit more berry tone, a bit more red pink. That's very pretty, I love that color. We got another matte, like this is a classic terracotta tone. Again, great transition shade right there. That one's really pretty, I like that. A bit more warm again. This kind of mixes between warm and cool tones, which is a little odd to have them both in the same palette, but that's fine. They're all pretty. This is the shimmery green shade, and you could tell it's a bit more olivey brown than green. It looks green in the pan, but it's coming out very olive brown, which is fine. It's still a pretty color. And then here is the matte green olive shade. Again, it's almost it's a bit patchy. It's almost the exact same color. That's a terrible swatch, except one's shimmery and one's not. But again, very similar. So that is the second row right there, those 4. That's the second row. It's giving me very fall vibes, whereas they said it was gonna be more like 90s grunge. I'm getting a lot of fall rather than grunge, if that makes any sense. But maybe this last row here will change it all around, because now we're getting into some dark berry tones. We're gonna start with that nice deep brown shade. Oh wow, that is a classic like berry tone brown, if you know what I mean. Very pretty. Now we got like a berry tone pink shimmer shade. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. I like that color. We're probably going to use that color today. We got another warm brown shade. So that's a bit more of a warm berry brown. That one's a bit more cool tone. This is a bit more warm tone. The final shade is a matte berry tone. Yes, that's pretty as well. These last ones are giving me a lot more 90s grunge than the rest of the palette. So that is the entire palette swatched on my arm. I know the swatches aren't perfect, but gives you a better look at what the palette's gonna look like. Again, a lot of fall vibes, which is great because we're going into fall. All right, so that's one last look at all the swatches before I wipe this off my arm, because it's gonna get everywhere. Very pretty, very, again, giving fall vibes, which is great because we're in fall. So this is a good fall palette if you really want to start getting into that classic fall makeup look. Next, let's very quickly swatch this highlight. I'm really excited to try this on the face. This pink, beautiful shimmer shade. Got a bit of gold in there, so that's what it looks like. That's very pretty. That's like a classic champagne-y pink. Let's swipe. That is so pretty. Oh, I hope that comes out very nice on my skin tone. Hopefully I'm not too light for it, but hopefully it'll work. It's so pretty. Remember, this is for face and body, so you can highlight like your collarbones and really whatever you want. But yeah, this is very pretty. I'm excited to put that on the face and try it. Again, a close-up of the swatch. A beautiful like champagne-y pink. Just stunning. Next, let's dive into the cheek shades. Again, this was a big part of the collection. I love Colourpop's like cheek stuff. It's so pretty, especially the creams. So we're gonna open all these and swatch them. So let's start with the lightest shade. This one is Skater Boy, like I showed you before, but we're gonna swatch it now. I'm gonna swatch it just below the highlight. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's a beautiful dusty pink color. I think that one's perfect for us very fair people out there who have very light skin tones. That one's gonna look beautiful on you. That's probably the one I'm gonna end up using today. Not quite sure yet, but that one's very pretty. I like it. Next, we have Mall Rat. Here, and this one's a bit more nude peach rather than like a pink. Very pretty. Let's swatch it right below here. That's very pretty. If you don't like pinks and you're more into like peachy oranges, this one is the one for you. That's very pretty. Again, more for light to medium skin tones on this one. Very pretty though. I would definitely use this one as well. Next here we have Winona Forever. This one's more of the red shade. We're starting to get into the deeper shades for our tan and darker skinned toned Colourpop fanatics here. This is a very beautiful red, by the way. Let's swatch it here. Oh, that's beautiful. That is such a pretty blush. If you have a darker skin tone, that is beautiful. I feel like I myself am still would at least attempt to use this. I'd have to use it very lightly, but that pure red blush is just stunning. And again, these are swatching so smooth, so buttery. Definitely, if you love the Colourpop blush sticks and you don't have shades like this quite yet, I definitely recommend them. This guy is our last one, the deepest of all of them. This is called So Called, and it's a beautiful berry tone. Oh, I love that. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be a bit darker. I mean, it's still dark. I'd say the red is probably the deepest for the deepest skin tone. That would be very beautiful. And this berry is very pretty. I love all of these. I'm gonna try all of them on my skin tone. These two might be a bit too much. But this is a classic deep berry blush, and it's stunning. I love all these shades. Such pretty blushes in this collection. I definitely am loving all the blushes so far. Maybe my favorite part of the collection so far. Not quite sure, but we're gonna swatch the lipsticks next. So we have these 4 here. And again, 2 of them, they're very similar to each other, but that's fine because I love these types of shades. So let's start with the lighter ones. We got Band Tea, and we also have Crying. They're very similar, but one you can tell is a bit more neutral, and then this one's a bit more pinky mauve. This one's Crying, this one's Band Tea. Very pretty. I love both of these. Both classic nudes. So let's start by swatching Band Tea, and I'm going to swatch it down here. Oh, that's a beautiful classic neutral nude color. The classic nude. This is a classic 90s nude shade. Really love this. This is really pretty. I'll be using all of these items, all of these lipsticks. Maybe not in this one look that we're gonna do today in a little bit, but these are my type of shades. So this one is called Crying. It's the one that's a bit more pink toned. So let's swatch it right here. Oh wow. That's a lot more pink than I thought it was going to be. Still lovely though, a bit darker than I thought it was going to come out. Still love this. This is a classic like mauve-y pink toned lipstick. All right, so this is Call Waiting. This one's more of the deep red tone, like a berry red. Again, stunning for the fall. Oh, it comes out a bit more fuchsia than red, but I do really love that color. That is really pretty. Again, another great fall color. And this is Plucked, the final lipstick. So this is a nice deep berry shade. So let's swatch it. Oh yeah, that's a classic berry. A bit lighter than I thought it was going to turn out. Again, still stunning, still beautiful. I love both these two. This one's a bit more pink red. This one's a slightly more purple and cool toned. Again, these lipsticks are stunning, and I will definitely be using these regularly. And then the last thing I had the one pencil, because I'm not really a lip pencil person, but I still want to swatch it. This is called Good and Plenty. Very pretty. That's a classic lip pencil shade that you could really use with almost any type of pink toned or neutral lipstick. It reminds me a lot of this one right here. but they're all beautiful and we will be using these today. So that is all the swatches done. My arm is very colorful, very pink. If you were just here for the swatches, well, they're done now, but I hope you'll stay because now I'm gonna try them on the face. We're gonna do a makeup look. We're gonna use all these products to create a beautiful makeup look today. So I hope you're planning on sticking around. And let's start that off. So everything on my face already is what's not included in the collection. I got my foundation on, I got my bronzer on, my concealer on, and I think I'm gonna start with the blush sticks, because typically here, once I got my bronzer on, I typically go with a blush. So I think today I'm going to try Skater Boy. It's the lightest of all the shades. I think it's the one that'll look nicest on my skin tone. So we're gonna try that one out today. I'm gonna start by just drawing a little bit on the face here. With these blushes, you could either use a sponge, or you could use your fingers, or you can use a brush. They're very versatile. I'm gonna use a sponge because that's kind of what I prefer. A sponge is going to diffuse it a bit more, so it's gonna be a bit lighter. If you use a brush or your fingers, it's probably gonna come out a bit more intense, a bit brighter. It's leaving a beautiful like shine and glow on my face. I really like it. That's pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Actually, why don't we combine some colors? So this is Mallrats, the other light toned one. I want to add a bit more just to mix the colors. You can mix these too. I'm just gonna put a little on the nose, just to intense it, because I don't like an intense blush, but I also want, you know, people to be able to see it, obviously. So pretty. That's a beautiful color. They're both beautiful colors. I recommend the Colourpop blush sticks for those of you who like blush sticks, more cream blush type of look. I love the glow it gives. I know my nose now looks a little bit red, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that color. It looks really good. Nice flush of color. Makes me look like I was maybe in the sun a little bit, even though it's fall, but that's okay. Yeah, I like these. I love the Colourpop sticks. If you don't have them yet, definitely get some. They're beautiful. Next is where I would do my highlighter. So we're gonna do our highlighter now. So I like to take a little fan brush. We're just gonna dip it in there. It does come with a mirror. I haven't pulled the sticker off of it yet. All right, that should be good, right? I'm gonna tap it off a little bit. And let's hope it comes out looking good on my skin tone. Oh, that's pretty. Like, do you see the difference just a little bit? Oh my gosh, that is pretty. Oh, I love it. That just a little bit just intensifies everything. Just on your face, just a little bit, and boom. You have that intense glow. That's perfect. That actually looks really nice on my skin tone. I was a little worried when I swatched it. It came out a lot darker, but that's why we use a fan brush to diffuse it a bit more. Oh yeah, that pink tone. Oh, that's pretty. I haven't worn like a pink toned highlight in a while. It kind of has a fragrance to it. It kind of has like that typical floral perfumey scent to it, which I'm not a fan of scents. But yeah, it does have a small scent to it, which I've never had a highlighter have a scent to it before, but okay. It's not too overpowering or anything, but like you can smell it if you put it up to your face, or like when you take your brush across, you definitely can smell it a bit. That's okay. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, I love it. This is a great highlighter right here. This is pretty. I love this. All right, I am a fan. Okay, so far the blush sticks, the highlight, loving it. I am a fan. Now we can get into the fun part, shall we? Now we are going to get into the eyes. We're gonna do an eye look today, and I'm gonna zoom you in. All right, so you're a lot closer to me now. You could see everything. I know I look really glossy. I'm trying out a new foundation. Don't know how I'm liking it so far. Like, it looks okay, but it's starting to like crease a little bit. That's okay, that's fine. we're not talking about my foundation today. We're talking about this beautiful palette. I'm probably gonna use like the pinks today. I think those are the most unique, what people who saw and got this palette were probably most gravitated towards, were probably these pink guys here. Just so you know, I do have concealer already on my eyes, so that's gonna help a bit with pigmentation. So we're gonna go in, and I'm gonna start with this cool tone brown up here for the for our crease shade, just with a nice fluffy brush. There we go. Oh, beautiful, looking good. This is like a classic taupey brown that's great for just amplifying the crease, having a blendable crease shade. We're just gonna really blend that into the eyeball. Just make sure it's nice and blend. Perfect. All right, so I smoked that out in the crease on both sides, just really blended it out. Looking good so far. Now we're about to get really dark really fast here. I'm gonna take this nice dark berry shade, and we're gonna take a slightly more dense brush here, and I'm gonna get it into this corner here, and really just, you gotta be careful with dark shades like this. So I'm just going nice and light, just packing it in on the corner here. Looking good so far. You got to be careful with like purpley tones like this. They can be a little patchy sometimes just because that's the nature of the color. So sometimes you just got to work with it. But just be, you know, just be nice and calm, patient. I'll get there, I promise. I'm just creating some shape, some dimension, and then slowly bringing it a bit forward. Now we're just going to fill that shape in, deepen it up as much as we want. Again, I'm just building really slowly, because if you just go in with a dark shade like this and just start going like that, it's going to get really messy. So you just want to be very steady, very still, and there we go. We've darkened up that corner beautifully. All right, and I've done the exact same thing to the other eye. Got it nice and darkened up for us. And I'm not trying to do any type of complicated eye. It's really just going to be a basic smoky eye, just so you could see the shades, how they perform, and how they look. Sometimes if you get into complicated eye looks, it just gets lost. So we're just going with something super simple, super easy. Next, I'm going to take this sparkly deep berry shade on just like a flat brush here. And we're gonna put that on this part of the lid, kind of the first half here. Oh wow, that is a beautiful shimmer shade. Like, look how intense that is coming out. Oh my gosh, wow, that's just stunning. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this. It's just coming out so beautifully, so nicely, so pigmented. Oh my gosh, wow. So I'm not going all the way to the front, as you can see, because we're going to add another color in there as soon as I do the same thing to the other eye. All right, it's looking great so far. I'm loving it. So with the same brush just wiped off, I want to take this pink shade right here. It's a little lighter, and we're going to put that on the front half here, like right in here. And wow, again, coming out so pigmented. And I'm just going to try and work that in just with the brush into the other color so they fade into each other a bit better. But wow, I am impressed with the shimmers in this palette. They are just incredibly intense. Just going to blend that into each other. Beautiful. I'm loving it. All right, we're going to move on to the other eye really quick. Beautiful. So now I want to blend it out a little more. So I'm taking that same brush with the dark color here. And I'm going to get a little less precise and just kind of very lightly. You want to be very light-handed when you do this. I want to blend it out so that it's a bit smokier and not so like rounded off. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go a little bit higher here and just blend, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, really gently, and see the difference. We just made it a lot more smoky and a bit more dramatic. Super simple. See the difference? Love it. All right, I love how smoky we're looking, and I'm still gonna take that same brush, and now we're gonna I like to draw things under my eyes. Some people don't, some people do. I love it. I love the smoked out look when you go under the eyes. I think it just intensifies it a bit more. Kind of wish they came out with an eye pencil for this. It'd be really pretty if they did a nice deep berry tone. I don't think I have a berry eyelash, not eyelash. I don't think I have like a berry eyeliner in my collection. Otherwise, I'd totally put one in the waterline right now. But I don't think I have one. At least not berry. I have like red, I have purple, but I don't have a berry tone. They should have came out with one. Oh, it would have been so beautiful. All right, there are our eyes. Just really nice and smoky, grungy, 90s. I love these colors. They just work so well, and they just, look how well they just blended into each other. So beautiful. So now I'm gonna go put on some eyelashes, and I'll be back and we'll finish it up with the lip. All right, we got our eyelashes on, and in case anyone was wondering, these are the BH Cosmetics D302 lashes. They're very pretty. I think they fit the aesthetic pretty well. I really like the eyes, that like intense berry smoky eye, looking incredibly cute today. Really like them. So pretty. I'm definitely vibing with this. So it's time to finish it all off, right? And we are going to pick our lipstick, which lipstick we want to use today. First, I am going to use the pencil with this, and just very lightly. Oh, I love how buttery and smooth that goes on. You could probably wear this alone if you wanted to. Oh, that's pretty. If you're someone who uses lip liner, I definitely recommend the Colourpop ones because they are just so buttery, so creamy, just amazing. So we have these 4 colors with us today, and I'm gonna be honest, I really want to do the dark berry tone, you know? I want to do this one, Plucked. I want to go all in super deep red toned, you know what I mean? So we're gonna do it. We're gonna take Plucked. Ooh, it matches the eyes like perfectly. It is unfortunately clinging to those like dry skin spots on my lips, which is unfortunate. But other than it clinging to the dry spots, which every lipstick is going to do, the lips are just a bit dry, a bit chapped today. I did put some lip balm on, but it doesn't seem to be working. I do like it. These are the blur ones, so they're supposed to be kind of a little more, what's the word? Like, I hate to use the word see-through, but they're supposed to be a little less pigmented, if that makes sense. Like the matte and the satin dry down and they're like really pigmented. These are kind of supposed to be a little lighter, a little bit more, this isn't a natural color, but a little bit more natural on the lips, if you know what I mean. It is smearing like a lot. Oh my god. Yeah, like these aren't going to dry down, just so you know. Like they will smear, especially these darker colors. There we go. It looks a little less smeared, but it does move. Like I can already see it moving a little bit. Yeah, like these lipsticks are incredibly buttery, and especially dark colors like this, they do kind of smear. I hope I fixed it a bit, but yeah, you can kind of see like the blur, like they're called the Luxe Blur. Do you kind of see it? Like it looks very like, it's supposed to sit very like naturally on the lips, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it's supposed to look like. Anyway, oh my gosh, are we at the end of the video? Yes, we are. I love this look we came up with today. I'm feeling very fall right now. The trees, the leaves are changing colors. We're starting Halloween's this month. Everything's starting to feel very fall-like, and I definitely feel fall-like with this look on. Now, I will say about this collection, I do like the lipsticks. I do like the highlight. It's a gorgeous highlight. The blush sticks are very nice. I love the colors that they gave, the different colors. All very beautiful. If you don't have any blush sticks in those tones, I would definitely get one. They look so pretty and just add that natural color to you. I do love this highlight. This highlight's stunning. The palette though, like I have the Wine and Only palette. I have a lot of palettes in this tone because I do love these berry tones. So I would say if you have things already, tones similar to this already, I would say it's not worth it. The eyeshadow palette, it's beautiful. Like those shimmer shades are gorgeous. I love them. If you love these colors, if you don't already have colors like this, for sure get it. For sure, 100% I recommend it. If you're like me and you already have multiple palettes that house colors like this, you probably don't need it. Unless you're a Colourpop collector and insist on having like every single palette they release, you don't need it if you already have these colors. If you don't already have these colors and it looks interesting to you and you're like, should I get it? Should I not? If you don't already have these colors, I definitely recommend. They are pretty, they're pigmented, super blendable, affordable, and just gorgeous altogether. Like, it's a very simple eye look, but it's pretty. Like, it's stunning. So yeah, if you don't have something like this in your collection, highly recommend. If you already have an eyeshadow palette like this in your collection, I wouldn't get it, but the other parts of the collection are beautiful. So I would definitely recommend checking out the collection as a whole, just taking a peek at it. I give it a thumbs up. It's very pretty and I love it. Anyway, this concludes our video for today. I hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Also, comment down below your thoughts on this collection. I'd love to hear it, as well as just subscribing to my channel. If you love makeup, then hi, you are in the right place. Subscribe and stick around. It helps me out a lot, and I hope you have a wonderful day.